Welcome to the MetalliDads podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Sanford.
And I'm your other host, Blake Talica.
And welcome to the snowpocalypse here in the South.
It's so bad.
It really is.
All 0 inches of snow.
It snowed today, but nothing stuck. But you would have, by God, by the amount of cleared shelves and everything else.
People who can't drive.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, anyways, welcome to episode 23. Trapped Under Ice Part 2. Because apparently it's just going to snow every weekend now.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we've got a couple things lined up as far as what we want to do today. We're going to introduce you to some new stuff that's not Metallica related, but just introduce you to some bands, and maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't. But hey, it's what we like, so we're just sharing our interests.
Up front, I sent 2 of these bands to Josh the other day, and he straight up told me he fucking hated them.
Well, I can tell you that Avatar is not on this list, Josh, so I apologize.
It is not. Sorry.
It's not on the list.
Neither is Rob Zombie.
I went seeking out to see if I could find one of their new songs that I liked. I just didn't get there. I couldn't get there. I'm sorry. And then we've also got some YouTube videos that we're going to watch. Speaking of YouTube, we have a contest running right now. And let me tell you all about it. So, first of all, we're giving away to one person a mystery poster, a mystery pick, and a free MetalliDads podcast t-shirt. And in order to win those prizes, you've got to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, leave us a review on Apple or Spotify, and what's the third thing? I'm drawing a blank.
Yawning. Like our Facebook page.
Like the Facebook page. So there's all 3. Okay, so subscribe to YouTube.
Or if you want to win instantly, send us $10,000.
Boom. Mic drop.
Just throwing that out there.
I have seen the poster. It is rather interesting. I've never seen it before, so before Blake showed it to me, so I think it's pretty cool. And so,
I still don't know what pick, but we picked out the poster.
So once you do those 3 things, be sure to comment on the pinned post that we have on our Facebook page, just the word done. And if you've already done those 3 months ago, then hey, you're already done. Just still comment done so that we can know that you're entered. And then we're going to be doing the reveal on March 1st. I think that's on a Tuesday.
Yes.
At 7:30. Was it 7:30 or 8:30?
8:30, I think.
Okay, 8:30 p.m. live on YouTube. Okay, so we're going to do all that and see if you win. And so also we've got a new donation link. Right now we do not have a Patreon, but we do have a new link with Buy Me a Coffee. And can you tell us what the link is, Blake?
It's buymeacoffee.com/MetalliDads.
And you can donate $1, you can donate $10, $10,000, whatever.
We won't stop you.
Whatever you're feeling in the moment.
Or nothing. We're not.
Yeah.
It will never be required to give us money, but we always appreciate it to take care of our podcast overhead, as I like to call it.
Yes, there you go. And it's buymeacoffee.com, but when you get there and you click on it, it actually says buy me a copy of Saint Anger. So if you'd like to buy us a copy of Saint Anger, for us hungry, starving children here in North Georgia, East Tennessee, we would love to have it. You can never have enough copies of Saint Anger.
Never. I wish I had as many copies of Saint Anger as Jason Kroll has copies of Hardwired to Self-Destruct.
It's because he bought all those tickets for the Hardwired tour, right?
Yes, I had quite a few copies, and I gave them out as tips. Like I had this waiter at a restaurant comment on my Metallica shirt. And I was like, "Have you heard the new album, man?" He's like, "No, man, I hadn't got it yet. I've been waiting for my check." So I walked out to the car, got one of the 14 fucking copies I had, and left him some money and a copy of Hardwired.
It's the gift that keeps on giving every year.
It's not Saint Anger, but it'll do.
Right. It's not Saint Anger. I agree. So yeah, we've got those going for us, and so we appreciate you listening, hanging out with us as we go along. We're almost to our 1 year anniversary, and so it's vastly approaching. So without further ado, let's jump into some of this. So we've got a couple of artists that we want to spotlight here that we've kind of gotten some interest in, and one of these I'm going to go and say we'll start with them first is Muse. Some of you may know that we are pretty big Muse fans and have seen them live once and want to meet and greet with them as well. Really super cool. And this new single that they've got, whoa.
Yeah. Even if you've never heard Muse, or if you've heard older Muse and like didn't care for it, this might change your mind. Because if you're listening to this, you obviously like metal, and it's got a metal hint to it.
Yeah. Most recently, their stuff's been a lot more like poppy or techno, techno rock kind of thing. But this definitely is going right back to their roots of how they originally kind of did their thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop on here and take a listen. So let's see how this goes.
Listen to the song like 10 times today. He looks really weird in the video too.
I agree.
He reminds me of Gandalf. I don't Lord of the Rings, so I think that's the right name.
Definitely one of my more favorite riffs from them in recent years.
Oh, definitely in recent years, and I think it stands up with even the old shit. A psychological war. I'm cutting you in, I'm under your skin. Now I'm gonna settle the score. I've opened my eyes, I see your disguise. I will never see you the same. I know how to win before you begin. I'll shoot you before you take aim. Well, when Doc Coyle reposts Muse listening to this song in their car talking about metal, that it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's got his stamp of approval on it, so.
That is something I never thought I would hear as a Muse scream.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm very pleased with that particular one for sure.
Very excited for the new album, and I haven't been able to say that in a while for them.
I know. If it's anything like that particular single, we're definitely going to see them again.
Yeah.
And on the floor this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had an opportunity to see them on the floor last time, but
Fucking Chassis and Page just had to be up there in the seats.
yep.
We could have walked right onto the floor. No fucks given.
That has to be one of the loosest meet and
Oh,
greet
absolutely.
like security I've ever seen.
Yeah. That, and they didn't sign anything, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, definitely didn't sign anything. I don't even did anybody have anything for them to sign, or was that up
Yeah,
front that
there
you couldn't?
was no, there was a guy that evidently didn't see that because I got an email, I don't know, a week before the show, and it kind of had all the rules in it, basically just saying they don't sign anything, but whatever. And I guess dude didn't read the email because he had like 2 albums and some other shit.
Yeah. Well, just quick story. Like they just
Well,
had. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
real quick, it was also really loose because when I met up with the person, running the meet and greet, I walk up, give him my name. He puts a little wristband on me, and he's like, "Man, are you here by yourself?" I was like, "No, my wife and my buddy and his sister in the seats." He's like, "Well, I can give you one more pass." I wish fucking Metallica would do that.
No kidding. It's like, hey, here's a free one if you want it. What?
Let me call Tyler real quick. This is not a drill.
No kidding. Uh, and then they just took us down onto the floor and then to like a backstage area. We waited 10, 15 minutes. And then we went behind some curtain. The band was already there. You take your picture. And then they're
Talk
like,
for a minute and get the fuck out.
yeah. And it wasn't like a, here, let us escort you back off the pit. No, it was a, okay, you're good. And we could have just walked right onto the floor. And
Had it just been me and you, we would have walked right onto the floor.
and security would have never known the difference.
No, not at all.
So, needless to say, I wish every meet and greet was like that.
Yeah, if they go back on tour, I don't think I'm not gonna fucking like just live in my car on Rock 105 waiting for them to give more away.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, so I guess we're gonna move on to the next one. What do you want to do next?
Here, whatever one you want to do.
Let's save let's save Orbit Culture for last. So
Okay.
let's do Spiritbox. So just up
Now,
front, this particular lead singer is a female.
and that's
And
not normally something I'm down with, but they really surprised the shit out of me.
right, I agree. And it's obviously nothing against other female singers. It's just not my jam. So
Yeah, it's not normally my jam either, but these guys fucking rip. This is one of the bands that Josh hated. So Josh, if you want to skip 3 minutes and 55 seconds from right now, probably a good idea.
you sent me this a while back. It's been a minute since I've heard this song. So
Dude, this whole fucking album is great. This is the opening song on the album, and I wasn't with it until there's a heavy part that kicks in like halfway to 3/4 of the way through. There go God, it's Evanescence again.
there goes half our audience right now.
Now Josh did tell me Stephanie likes them. My wife actually really likes this band after I played them for her. She's like, well, if they ever go on tour, I want them. I'm like, done. I want to see them too.
really like all the synth wave in the background because I'm a big fan of synth wave right now.
Are you?
Yeah, and so I don't know what it is, but they've done a very good job of like mixing the synth with the metal into where it's not too much of one or the other. Not that you could ever have too much metal, but
Not at all. This is where I knew I was like, okay, it's either going to be really good or shitty right here.
you weren't sure if you were gonna be disappointed with the breakdown or not.
Yeah, and I was not.
That song is freaking awesome.
Yes.
And I'm glad she saved the scream until right at the end because
Yeah.
that really just sent it right over the top for sure.
Yeah, that song sold me on that band. I love the fuck out of that band now.
Yep, that's awesome. So again, that was Spiritbox from their album Eternal Blue. The song was called Sun Killer.
Listen to the whole album. There's not a bad song. I didn't press skip one time.
So this next band is called Left to Suffer, and they are extremely heavy, and they are actually coming to a local venue here in Chattanooga.
Can you even call it a venue if we're just being honest?
I say the word venue lightly because just envision your local bars stage, and this is it.
Oh yeah, maybe even smaller.
Yeah, it's actually in a arcade / billiard hall, and I'm still extremely confused as to why they're even here at this particular venue because we have a decent sized venue in Chattanooga called the Signal, and this band definitely meets the requirements to play there because they have over 100,000 listeners a month on Spotify and tour with some pretty major bands.
Makes no sense to me, but whatever. We're going, and I can't wait to see how much of a shit show it really is.
We're almost going. We want to see the band, but it's almost at this point just to go for the meme of it because it's going to be something else.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So, let's just take a look.
If you like it super heavy, you like this band. There may be a touch of sacrilege, but whatever. They're also out of Atlanta.
Was this the other band you sent to Josh?
No, it's the last band we're playing.
Oh, gotcha.
Memory serves me. I don't think Josh liked Slaughter. So dirty.
It's so heavy. This makes me think of that one band that's going around where they're performing at a Denny's. Like,
Yes.
That's what it's gonna seem like because that video.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Like somebody's grandma's gonna be trying to eat her chicken wings, and this is gonna be happening in the background.
Yeah. That's what's going to be going on at Arcade Up. Hey, remind me to tell you a little tidbit about that place when we get done recording.
Okay.
That is heavier than Rosie O'Donnell with pockets full of lead.
Wow. That's a stick breaker right there, man.
It is.
Or a neck breaker, whichever one you want to look at it, because wow.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that show. I think it's like, isn't it next week?
The 28th. What's the day? The 16th.
So yeah, next Friday.
Yeah.
Wow. That's gonna be something. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So last but not least, this is the one that's, I'm gonna say it's closest to Metallica only because the vocalist and this man's cleans absolutely 100% have to be influenced by 80s genre or era James Hetfield.
Yeah, I heard this on Sirius one day, and it, for some reason, didn't have the name pulled up, and it was just like right in the chorus where he goes into that. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I thought it was somebody like heavy covering like a Metallica song, and it finally popped up. Shit.
Well, let's just get into it. This band is called Orbit Culture, and
Oh,
this
they're
is
Swedish, by the way. I learned that.
Swedish, and this song is called Carving. So just pay attention to when we get to the cleans because
Oh, you'll know it when you hear it.
it is straight up 80s era James Hetfield. So
Live 80s, but yes. Like late 80s, early 90s ish.
yep. It helps if I share my screen.
Probably.
would be awesome to see them tour with them next cycle.
That's weird. I was thinking the same thing. Like the whole, who else could we get other than fucking Avenged Sevenfold or Greta Van Fleet or Volbeat?
Orbit Culture.
I'd be down with it. Fucking Orbit Culture and Lamb of God or some shit.
Yep.
Trivium, Battlecross. I don't care. Somebody.
We haven't gotten to the cleans yet, so you haven't missed it yet.
No, not at all.
You'll know.
That right there. Light. Makes me want to hear James Hetfield do a song with like a fucking, like a death metal band.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like a Shogun era song with Trivium with James Hetfield doing cleans on it? Fuck.
It would fit so well to. I think we got this one right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, needless to say, that band's awesome in my opinion. Just
Yeah,
because of those clean vocals, if nothing else.
That and they're heavy and they sound good. I like their vocalist.
Right.
As well as his clean.
All right. So that was something we're actually going to call our frantic playlist. And so going forward, as we introduce some bands we're interested in,
New songs, just stuff that's not Metallica that we dig. You might even hear a new Coldplay song if they ever put out one that I like.
holy crap. Could you imagine the uproar?
All 12 people say fuck you and unsubscribe.
But you want to win the pick, man. You want
Exactly.
the t-shirt. You want the poster. You got to stick with us through the Coldplay, man. You got to do it.
It's not much, but it does happen occasionally.
All right, so we're just gonna have a little bit of fun here, and if you've heard these, if you haven't heard these, they're great. But I love anything that has to do with like Metallica that's funny, that's somewhat poking fun a little bit, but just being absolutely completely silly with it. And that's what these two particular items are. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you'll actually get to see the videos. But if you're just listening to us on Spotify or Apple or whichever, you may want to go to YouTube just for this particular moment because these videos are great. But if nothing else, the audio is great too.
MetalliDads podcast. Make sure you subscribe while you're there.
While you're there. Okay, so this first one right here, I'm pretty sure it's just a snip from the masterclass, and it's only 11 seconds long. But just to describe it, it's Lars and James talking about the riff from One, and it's just great. So let's just go for it.
Bully cat, bully cat, bully cat, bully cat, bully cat, bully cat.
Beautiful. It's just that quick. It's just there and done. And I just thought that was hilarious. They just updubbed them doing their impression of their own song into their own song. So, and then this next one, this one is called One by Metallica, but it's 1 star out of 5. and it's by this guy called Magic Mike on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I don't think y'all ready.
Haven't heard this yet, so I know I'm not ready.
All right. See if we get an ad. Looky there. Sure enough, but I've got it muted, so. All right, here we go.
31 years ago in December of 1986, Metallica rolled.
They don't care about you.
Poor Lars.
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember anything. This terrible stops there. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot stare. That there's not much left in there. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for God wake me. Back in the room, it's much too real. It looks like that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, led to the truth that sticks in me. Just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me pee. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for dear. Oh please, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Yeah, yeah. Now the world is gone, I'm just one. Hold my breath. Oh please, God help me. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see imprisoning me. All that I see imprisoning me. All that I see, body by only Dynamite has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my youth, taken my body, left me with life in hell.
So there you go.
That was rough.
Landmass has taken my fuel, taken my fire.
The yeah. That's my favorite part. I'm gonna do that live from now on.
It's so cringy, but it's like a car crash. You can't look away.
Yeah.
And then the pitch corrections, it's just like ever
Those
so
are rough.
off. The bad part also is like some of the mess ups in the solos. It's like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that before.
Oh, absolutely. It sounds like Kirk in the 2017 outdoor run.
Oh my gosh. So we've got some more of those, but we're gonna save them. So
Yeah.
don't go watch them yet because we want to share them with you, and they're really good. Um, but hopefully you had a laugh, and you know, hopefully we didn't bleed your ears too much.
It reminds me of the videos. I'm sure it was named All Star, but it's on the offbeat, or All Star, but it's off pitch or whatever.
Yeah, it's off by like one beat.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a meme style video, and it's basically obviously just made to be ridiculous, um, with Lars off tempo and playing a completely different song, and so yeah, it's great. But anyway, that's all we have.
Yeah.
So you know, there it is. Anyway,
There it was, and there it always will be.
there it
Living on the
always will be.
internet.
Yes, absolutely. So just to mention again one more time, don't forget to enter into the contest by subscribing to our YouTube channel, leaving a review on Apple or Spotify, and liking our Facebook page. And then while you're on the Facebook page, go to the pinned post for the contest and comment "done" so that you can be entered in to win the mystery poster, the mystery pick, and a free
And not so
MetalliDads t-shirt.
mystery t-shirt.
Absolutely. And we'll let you pick your size, and that'll be announced on March 1st at 8:30 live on YouTube. Okay. So we appreciate you making it through all the way through the end of the episode. You're always there for us, and we appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Now here's some old stuff.
Have a great week. Thank you for listening to a complete episode of the MetalliDads podcast. We appreciate you spending your time with us. If you enjoy what we're doing around here, please leave us a review on the Apple iTunes Store and on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, you should follow us on our socials. That's on Facebook and Instagram, MetalliDads Podcast. We'd like to have you on the show, so send us an email or contact us at metallidadspodcast@gmail.com. And as always, thanks for listening.